Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Omar, and today, right, I have a review video. This review video is about the S25 Edge, right? And I've been using this little boy for this week already, right? And I'm actually have it with the thin-born case on it. You just keep the actual profile of it and all. But let's talk about it. How has this phone held up, right? And I'm not trying to be cool with the shades or anything like that. I actually do have an infection on my eye. I don't want nobody seeing it, so I got to cover it, right? Anyways, this phone initially when I first got it, right, a couple days ago, I saw it. It's paper light. It's like holding a page, a paper. That's how light it feels. I have my S25 Ultra right here. This thing feels heavy compared to this. I could tell I have this one. And that's not even, you know, my 16 Pro Max is even heavier. All right, so my 16 Pro Max heavier than my S25 Ultra, and my S25 Ultra is heavier than the Edge. All right, and when we look at it, I want you to see this. All right, look how much difference. All right, the Edge and the S25 Ultra. Look at that. It's so much different. Day and night. Look at that. Day and night of difference. This is half, or at least it feels like half the size of the S25 Ultra. All right. Let's not even talk about the iPhone 16 Pro Max, because the iPhone 16 Pro Max is even thicker. Look at that. Look at this right here. This is a very thin boy, all right? So you got your fat boy, your mid-sized boy, and your thin boy right here, right? Now, outside of that, how does the phone perform, right? And I will tell you right now that it is amazing. It performs really well. I have not had a problem with it. So when I first started using it completely, right, where I'm taking data and everything, I wrote down the data here, my 16 Pro Max. So let me show you, let me tell you how this thing actually went. So on my first testing, I was on Wi-Fi only, right? I did not have my SIM card in it. So on my first testing, I started battery life at 100 at 9:35 p.m. All right, and this using the QHD plus. All right, by 10:45, I went down to 79. By 2 a.m., I went down 24. By 2:58 a.m., I was at 0. Now, I had 5 hours, 26 minutes of screen on time before it shut down. Non-stop, I did not stop it, right? Here's what I was using. I was on a video call from 9:36 to 10:45. It was active the whole time. And from 11:49 to 2:58 a.m., it was active the whole time as well. So on video call, I was around 5 hours, right? Video call. During this time, I was also using YouTube. So I was on YouTube from 9:45 to 11:50 p.m. active the whole time. And then, I went and take a shower and everything. I left the phone on. I left the Edge on by itself. And from 10:45 to 11:46, YouTube ran by itself. That dropped, within that hour, it dropped 6%. Now, while I was on the video call, I was also on Instagram, Facebook, eBay, Chrome, and I was running everything at the same time. So that was the first test I did with this one. All right, 5 hours, 26 minutes on Wi-Fi. All right, I didn't have my SIM on it at the time yet. Next test, the following day, I already had put a SIM on it, so I'm on a 5G network. On this one, I have it on the FHD, right? And so I started battery life 100 at 5:35 p.m. By 7:28, I dropped 10%. I was at 90. By 10:13, I was already at 60%. By 10:48, I was at 49%. At 12:13 a.m., I was at 20%. 12:39 a.m., I was at 10%. 1:05 a.m., 1%, and this thing shut down at 1:12 a.m. So total time was 7 hours 24 minutes. I had 6 hours 3 minutes of screen on time, 1 hour 21 minutes of screen off time. All right. Now, keep in mind, I keep my phones on dark mode. Okay, so I had it on dark mode. I was using Messenger, Facebook, Instagram. I was taking photos as well. So, and on Messenger video call, you know, I had a different 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 different settings on it, right? Or yeah, settings on it, and they were all around 1 hour in between each every single one of them. So we had a good amount of video calls, right? I had YouTube on the background and also YouTube on the foreground, right? And for 30 minutes, I had YouTube running as the only thing on it. So 7 hours 28 4 minutes. That was on the FHD plus. All right, that was on my testing. Now, yesterday I had it all day. Okay, yesterday I was running it all day on QHD plus, and I was using it, right. And I was pretending this is my main phone. Obviously, my 16 Pro Max is my main phone. That's where everybody calls me and everything. But I was using the Edge as my main device, where I was, on Messenger sending messages there, on YouTube, on Facebook, everything, TikTok, all of it on this one, right? Unless I had a text message, it came here. But here's go. I used 95%, all right? So by the time it's already 11:51 p.m., all right? And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do this no more. I'm gonna just charge it and get it over with. So by 11:51 p.m., I was already at 5%. And this is me using the phone, right? I had 15 hours, 51 minutes of battery life by 11:51 p.m. 7 hours, 6 minutes of screen on time, 8 hours, 44 minutes of screen off time. YouTube was my biggest one, and then you have Messenger because I was sending a lot of messages there, and then I did a little bit of a video call as well. Yes, to be able to drain the battery down because it wasn't draining, right? I was using Facebook as well. What was it on TikTok and the internet, Samsung internet. So I was very active with the phone, and I still got. And just so y'all see, right? Right here. I'm not sure if you can see it. So 15 hours, 51 minutes, 7 hours, 6 minutes screen on time, 8 hours, 44 minutes of screen off time. So the battery life is really good compared to what a lot of people were saying, like, oh, it's the worst battery life. I have not seen it. For my usage, I have not seen it. Now, keep in mind, I did not play any games with the phone. I have a designated gaming phone just for that. So I don't play games on my phones, right? So battery life was amazing, was really good. I had no problems with it, all right? So a lot of people, they want to talk like, oh, it's this and that, yada, yada, yada. No, test the phone first. Make sure it's something that actually works. Now, a lot of people were talking about it, right? And they want to bring down something that is not there, They want to look for problems that are not there. The phone has good battery life. Now, I don't know how it would have been if they would have given us a bigger battery. But for me to be able to get 7 hours, 6 minutes screen on time, right? 15 hours, 51 minutes, almost 16 hours of battery life throughout the day. This thing lasted all day, and I was using this as my main phone, sending messages, watching videos, going through the internet. The only time I would switch my phone was when I was getting a phone call from on my main phone, or when I had a text message that was with this number. That's the only time. Other than that, 90% of the time, this is what I was using, all right? Or maybe more, 95% of the time, this is what I was using yesterday all day. And this is what I'm using today as well, because I'm playing around with it a little bit, seeing different modes, seeing how it affects battery life and all that. But yeah, I mean, it's a whole different thing, all right? Cameras, though. Let's talk about cameras. This is not this, okay? Don't get it wrong. This is not this, all right? These cameras are amazing right here for the S25 Ultra, for the 16 Pro Max. Those two have amazing cameras. This one at 1x, really good photos, all right? I cannot complain. Really great photos. You got that 200 megapixel camera. 1x, perfect. The moment you start zooming in, you lose that quality, all right, on the pictures. By the time you reach 10x, which is the maximum that this thing will allow you, the photos are not great, all right? Just keep that in mind. Photos are not great at 10x. You might have a good chance with 4x, might look good. So 1x, amazing. 2x, all right. 4x, okay. 5x, all right. 10x, not so much, all right. So just keep that in mind, that you are sacrificing your cameras for the phone factor, all right? For this thin, very thin phone factor, all right? Let me just take it off from here. Look, this is how thin this thing really is. All right, it's an amazing piece of hardware. All right, this thing, like I told you, when I first got it, I was like, whoa, like, wow. All right, like, it's amazing. Again, I'm using the thin-born case, right? Just to be able to grab that little grip on it. The case also comes with a screen protector, but I have that little grip on it. The MagSafe that I use, because I do use MagSafe a lot, so this is how I use my phone right here. And I will tell you, it's a one-hand wonder. Like, I could do everything one hand compared to with my S25 Ultra or my 16 Pro Max. I'm able to use one hand on this one. All right, so it's very practical and everything on it. Again, it's an amazing phone. It works. It's great. Is it better than this one? No, it's not. But for what it is, you had to understand that you're buying this phone because of its form. It's a very thin phone. You put it on your pocket, it's like you have nothing on it, right? Because I put it on my pocket, like I even forget I have it there. All right, you buy it for its thinness. You buy it for its form, for the form factor, and like I was saying, it's a whole different thing. Now, I was not gaming on this phone. I have a designated gaming phone for that, which is the Red Magic 10 Pro Golden Saga, which is my gaming phone. That's what I use for gaming. This is just for everything else, right? Everything else. Now, I love the way this phone is. I love the way it is, all right? I love how thin it is. I love how lightweight it is. Again, it's like holding a piece of paper. That's how thin, that's how light it feels, all right? Once you start using this phone, you can notice the difference between this one and this one, all right? Now, I'll tell you one thing. 16 Pro Max is my main phone. This is a heavy boy compared to this. This thing feels like a rock. This thing feels like a piece of paper. Now, with the S25 Ultra, you feel the difference, but this one's light. This one's light compared to the 16 Pro Max. but you could feel the difference. You could see the difference again because it's half the size. And I don't even want to, this is like a third of the size of the 16 Pro Max. I mean, it's amazing how you could put all this stuff in a little tiny phone like this. All right. Can battery life be better? Sure. You give us more battery life, you can make it better. Is battery life doable? Yes. I went throughout the whole day with this right here. And by 11, like I said, it was 11:50. Well, when I told you, let me see, hold on. 11:51. I had already used 95% of my battery. I was already at 5%. I charged it, good to go, right? It takes like around an hour, 1 hour, 20 minutes to charge, somewhere around there. I'm not really sure. It charges pretty fast at first, and then it'll slow down once you're at 75, 80%. It'll slow down, and then it'll take a little bit longer. But it charges pretty good. All right, it charges pretty fast. I mean, you don't notice it. If the phone warms up, then obviously the phone will protect itself and it'll charge slower. If it doesn't warm up, it will charge faster. I mean, I haven't tested it out, but it charges pretty fast. All right. All these people complaining about the slow charge and all that stuff. I mean, y'all is complaining for no reason. All right. I never had a problem with it. I don't have a problem with that stuff. If it charges, it charges. If it doesn't, then let's try to figure it out, right? But the phone is really good. All right, I will tell you, the phone is good. It's amazing. It's a whole different story on it. And I will tell you, like I said, I was using this thing as my main phone yesterday, all day long. Well, without the calls and all this stuff right here, right? But I was using this one as my main phone, video calling as well. We had a voice call on WhatsApp. Well, not WhatsApp, Messenger. And, kind of like what you would do with a regular phone, right? On a 5G network, all day, every day. Really good phone. It's an amazing phone. Now, here's the thing, though. I did not pay the full price on this phone. All right, I paid half of it. So for half the price, this thing is worth every penny, half the price. At $1,100 or whatever it is, no. All right, I paid half of what it's worth. Okay, and like I said, for half the price, it's really good. I bought it on eBay, and I've been using it ever since. Right, so if you could find it at a good price, I'm telling you, this is a good buy. This is a good secondary phone. Because, like I said, my primary phone is the 16 Pro Max as of right now. This is what I'm using as my main phone. This is really great for a secondary phone. Unless you want the best of the best cameras, then, you go... Sorry. You come here with the S25 Ultra. But for a secondary phone, this is really good. It does what it needs to do. You able to do everything. Again, you're sacrificing on camera. Battery life, to me, has been really great on it. No complaints there. Cameras, that's where you sacrifice a little bit. But it's an amazing phone. Very good phone. Amazing. I love the way it is. All right. All right, guys. So that's my take for this one. All right. I love this phone. It's really great. I would not pay full price for it. Just go on eBay, make sure you find a good seller like I did, and, play around, get a good discount here and there, talk to them, see if they give you a discount, and boom, you got it. Like I said, I paid half the price for it. For $600, this is a really good phone. All right. So, yeah, that's my take on it. All right, guys. So until next time, I will talk more about it. This is only probably 3 days of use with this phone, and it's really good. I'll talk more about it later. I will be using it for 40 days nonstop, and I'll let you know how it is after those 40 days. All right, guys. So until next time, peace.